loves, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's your butterfly Nicole Kamala, and I have a butterfly life episode today, and I'm mad excited about it because I haven't did a butterfly life episode in a minute. I've been on a hiatus, but that is what today's episode is about. Because as I've been getting back into work and doing different things, I've been wanting to actually establish a routine that I can stay disciplined with, but it's also productive for me, and I can also practice good time management. So I thought, why not share these tips and tricks with you guys? So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, so before I get into the tips and tricks, let's talk about why taking a hiatus is important. When you're constantly going and constantly creating, constantly working, you lead to burnout a lot more easily. It's real easy to fall into the whole idea of you have to keep posting and whatnot in order to stay relevant, and it almost doesn't leave enough space for you to actually be a human being and to take time to rest and recharge. I'm not a working machine, I'm a human being. Okay. Taking time and taking that hiatus to produce more quality work is worth it. And some great examples of that, Beyonce. Now we all know Beyonce drops an album every 1 or 2 years or whatever, and she says she likes to take time, she likes to experience life, she likes to make sure that what she puts out there is quality so that you can talk about it for however long she finna be on another break. SZA, let's talk about SZA real quick. Since that album just came out, SZA literally has not dropped an album since Control, and that was 5 years ago. And literally still highly relevant. Everybody's literally been talking about it, whether it's good or bad, because people are in different phases in their life. It doesn't fucking matter. That's why it's taking a hiatus ain't nothing wrong. I'd rather take my time and put out something high quality instead of always rushing and putting out stuff that's just quick. It's just real quick. It's not much to it. It's not really that great quality, or I didn't feel like I really put my heart into it. I can't do butterfly life if I feel like I'm not in that right state of mind. If I'm not in that right space, I don't feel like I'm authentically sharing, information and advice and motivation. If I'm not even all together right now, you need time to rest and recharge, because that's where all your ideas going to start flowing in. And then it's you can also have time to do the other things that you weren't maybe able to do while you was working, spending time with family, spending time with friends, doing things by yourself. Those things still matter. Alright, so let's get into the first tip, which is establishing a routine. Now, I struggle with routines and time management a lot. Even though I would take my hiatus, because I'm pro hiatus, I noticed that when I come back, and even though I have things lined up for me to do, I start getting overwhelmed. And then it's if I don't manage my time well and I don't have a solid routine, and then I feel by the end of the month, after I'm done everything that I had planned for myself for that month, I feel oh my god, I need to take a hiatus again. That's what we're trying to avoid and decrease. The whole idea of breaking things down by days has literally helped me, since I have so many things to do, because I have more than just YouTube. I do fashion design, I make press-on nails, I have my jobs and other things that I do to make money. And even though I've broken things down, I don't put too many things on my to-do list. That's another thing. Do not put too many things on your to-do list, even though you broke it down today, because you don't want to get overwhelmed. You can come back to that stuff throughout the week. If you have another scheduled day, okay, I'll do YouTube stuff again this day and then that day. You could start spreading your task out throughout the week instead of sitting here and feeling like you have to do everything within this one YouTube day that you have planned out for yourself. No. Another tip is don't stop taking care of yourself. Now, on a hiatus, since I'm not working, I have more time to focus on my self-care and things that I like to do. But just because I'm working again, that doesn't mean I should start lacking on the self-care thing. I may have to shift my time around a little bit, but use the same kind of layout like how I mentioned earlier. Break it up by days. Like, say you were doing yoga while on your hiatus, like you started doing yoga. Now you're starting to work again and you're wondering like, okay, well, how do I fit in yoga? Just schedule out and delegate your time. Like, even if you can't do it every day, don't be upset at yourself. Because if you have things that you have to do, then okay, like, I'm just saying that. But like, make sure that you're at least fitting like 1 to 2 or 3 self-care things in your day. However many that you can do. If you can only do at least one because like of your work schedule and the other things that you have to do regarding your creative endeavors, okay. But at least you did one. Like, eat for effort, I believe. Like, I may write down for one of my tasks, like, okay, I'll do this for an hour, but I have a 30-minute break. Okay, well, in the 30-minute break, I could do something that, I care for myself. Like, and that could be, like I said, doing yoga. That could be reading a book that calms my nerve. Like, today I couldn't do yoga, but tomorrow I will. But today I did a full, thorough skincare routine, and I feel amazing. I feel like my skin is glowing. Like, my 30-minute break. Tomorrow I might go take a 30-minute walk just around my neighborhood, just get some fresh air, stretch my legs, see the outside. And even sometimes when I'm outside, I get inspired by things. I may come up with ideas. Like, taking care of yourself is also very important when it comes to your work. When you really take care of yourself and you really value yourself, you start thinking of, okay, well, what can I do to keep being better in life? What can I do to keep making me happy? What can I do to keep me feeling good? Like, so don't stop taking care of yourself even though you're back from your hiatus, because that is still important. And my last and final tip is be disciplined to start and end your work days at the same time. This is so important, and it does connect to establishing a routine, because it all kind of goes into like time management. If I don't have like a set time of when, okay, this is when I start work and okay, this is when I end work, I'll start work latest, and then because I started so late, but I want to get all this stuff done, then I'm not done working until like 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then trying to get up early the next day so I could be like, oh, I'll do better today. Like, no, you're not going to do better. You're going to be even more tired because you didn't get enough sleep and you didn't like give yourself that time. Like, this is supposed to be the time for work, and this is supposed to be the time where you need to rest and you need to stop. Like, once it hits 12 a.m., there is no more work for me, and I need to stay like, no, like I'm trying to be disciplined with that, because my sleep schedule it's been all over the place. Now, if you have a 9 to 5, or like you have a job where they like randomly schedule you, and you can still make time for the things that you want to do without leading yourself to burnout, and without sitting here and you having to go 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning knowing damn well you gotta wake up for work at like 8 a.m. and now it's like you're tired as hell, and by the time that you get to work, get home, you just want to sleep and you don't want to do nothing else. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I've been there, so I feel y'all. So what you can do is, once you know your schedule, okay, start breaking down what things can I do on which days. Even if it's like, okay, my creative endeavor, I can only do 1 or 2 tasks when I get home from this shift because I know I'm going to be tired. At least I can do it, and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Can I do this? If you're like, yes, then stay disciplined enough to actually do it so you can still get ahead. If you know that, like, okay, after I get off this shift, I could probably only brainstorm a few ideas for what I want to do for this project or whatever when I get home. But the next day, since I get off at 3 p.m., I could do XYZ. Give yourself some time for breaks in between or whatnot. Making it work for you and making sure that you have that time to where you're like, okay, at this time, I'm going to sleep. I'm not working past that. I'm not doing anything more, anything less. This is only when my body can handle, and this is the time. If I fall asleep at this time or start getting ready for bed at this time, I'm going to be able to wake up. I won't be maybe as cranky, because, I mean, like, let's be honest, who really likes waking up early in the morning? I know there's some people that like waking up early in the morning, like, I'm just playing, but, you know, when it's, like, real hard, when it's real hard and you don't want to wake up, like, you know, you gotta start just getting your sleep schedule together. You gotta start going to sleep at the right time. Stop working, stop making your body work. No. Because then I start being off balance. My sleep schedule is wrong. I wake up at a weird time and I just feel even more irritated. Then I feel like I don't want to do X, Y, Z. And then I BS throughout the rest of the day. Like, it all just rolls in a cycle. It's like a snowball effect. So it's like if you stay on top of it, it's not going to snowball like that. You know, you're going to build up, but you're going to build up your own empire, not snowball down a hill and crash and shit. Like, you're not going to do that. So that is all for today's video. I know that coming back from a hiatus can be pretty intimidating. You're like, okay, what do I do? How do I get back into the groove of things? But I really hope that the tips that I shared help. And even if they don't, find what works for you. It's not the end of the world. And also, hey, you guys, share your tips or anything about what you guys do getting back into the groove of work, and you know, how do you go about it? How do y'all manage your time? Because who knows, maybe your comment may help somebody else. So yes, that is the end of today's video. Peace and blessings. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see y'all next time.